Concrete. It's a word that indicates strength, a solid, stable foundation, and a sense of permanence. But if there's a concrete surface at your home or business, you probably already know that concrete can be far from perfect. It cracks, stains, chips, and can quickly become an eyesore and a safety hazard. That's why PermaCrete was created over 20 years ago. PermaCrete provides an architectural surface of unusual strength and flexibility that's applied over worn, cracked, and uneven surfaces such as concrete, steel, stucco, aggregate, and building exteriors. It adds beauty, durability, and value to your property. With twice the overall strength and endurance as that of standard concrete, PermaCrete is made to last. This installation video segment will cover surface preparation and cleaning and show step-by-step procedures that are needed to properly prepare a surface in the successful installation of PermaCrete products. All of the installation tools needed to prepare and clean a surface are listed here and can conveniently be obtained through quality systems or from local sources in your area. A 50-foot extension cord, a 50-foot garden hose, safety goggles, installer knee pads, disposable work gloves, a 7-inch circular saw with a diamond tip blade, an electric grinder with an abrasive disc, a 12-inch wide concrete floor scraper, a stiff bristled nylon brush, a pump-handled sprayer, a stiff bristled push broom, a 3500 PSI pressure washer, a concrete hand marker, a standard caulk gun, a 2-inch wide putty knife, a 2-quart measuring cup, a chalk line tool, a walk-behind saw with a diamond tip blade, an electric router, and an electric air blower. Follow these 10 installation steps to create a beautiful and durable PermaCrete finish that will renew, strengthen, and enhance the intrinsic qualities of your surface for years to come. Step 1. Inspect the surface for defects or cracks. Step 2. Saw out all surface cracks. Step 3. Scrape, grind, and remove any painted areas. Step 4. Remove any grease, oil, or film on the surface with orange power. Step 5. Clean any mildew areas with bleach. Step 6. Clean the entire surface with blue nitro. Step 7. Mark off any low areas that need to be filled. Step 8. Repair all surface cracks. Step 9. Saw cut any new control joints to be added. Step 10. Scrape and sweep the surface and blow off any remaining dust. Determine the availability of water and electricity at your job site and have a 50-foot extension cord and a 50-foot garden hose on hand. Inspect the surface to ensure that it's sound and free from any defects. Also, verify that any timer-controlled sprinkler system is turned off before you begin. Always wear safety goggles and proper clothing when performing surface preparation and installing PermaCrete products. Have knee pads and disposable work gloves on the job site for your installers. Begin the project by repairing surface cracks. Use a diamond tip blade in a 7-inch circular saw to cut down into each crack at least 1/2 inch or slightly deeper than the existing crack. Always leave at least 1 inch of slab below the saw cut. If any of the installation surface has been previously painted, remove the paint by scraping the painted areas with a 12-inch wide concrete floor scraper, or grind the area with an electric grinder and abrasive disc. Sometimes the installer can make a decision to apply PermaCrete directly to the painted area if he's sure the paint is securely bonded and will not come up later, causing PermaCrete to delaminate. However, even if the painted area seems secure on the surface, this area must still be sanded before applying PermaCrete. If any grease or oil deposits are on the surface, use orange-powered degreaser to thoroughly clean these areas by scrubbing them with a stiff bristled nylon brush. If any mildew areas are present on the surface, use bleach to scrub these areas. Do not rinse the surface after performing either of these cleaning procedures. Next, clean the entire surface with blue nitro cleaner by applying it over the surface with a pump-handled sprayer and then scrubbing the surface with a stiff bristled brush or push broom. Thoroughly rinse the surface with a 3500 PSI pressure washer, ensuring that all Blue Nitro Cleaner is completely rinsed from the surface before proceeding. Mark off any low areas on the surface with a hand marker where standing water remains after surface cleaning. These areas will be filled later with a matrix mix mixture to level the surface. However, always remember that filling low areas may simply move standing water to another area, as this procedure is an estimation at best. Fill cracks less than 1/4 inch wide with PermaBond crack repair and coarse sand. Apply the pint tube of PermaBond into each crack with a standard caulk gun, and then spread coarse sand with a 2-inch wide putty knife into the applied PermaBond. Fill cracks wider than 1/4 inch wide with PermaGel epoxy and coarse sand. Mix parts A and B of PermaGel together. Apply the mixed PermaGel into the cracks with a 2-inch wide putty knife, and then spread coarse sand by hand into the applied PermaGel. Let the application dry and then blow away any excess sand. Repeat these procedures if absorption reduces the fill of a crack. Carefully inspect the surface for excessive surface cracks in any area to determine if a control joint should be added to the surface. If a control joint needs to be added, mark the location of the new joint with a chalk line tool, and then cut the slab along the chalk line, going down at least 1 inch into the slab using a walk-behind saw with a diamond tip blade. After a control joint has been added, use an electric router to widen the width of the saw cut to simulate an expansion joint, and that will later be caulked. Scrape and sweep any excess material away on the surface and use an electric air blower to remove any remaining dust. The surface is now ready for a skim coat application.